Hello all and welcome to video classes by Connor Institutes. Today we will be discussing the shift in the demand curve. So what is this shift in the demand curve? In the last class or in the previous class we have discussed keeping in mind that the consumer's income, the price of the other good and the preferences or the likes of the consumer being constant, right? But we were when we were talking about the demand curve, we had kept in mind that these all the three were kept in contact in constant, okay? And we were discussing about the quantity and the price of one single commodity, right? But now here today we are discussing the shift in the demand curve, wherein in the previous we had kept these 3 points as a constant, right? That those assumptions said in consumer's income is constant, his preferences and likes are constant, and also the price given or the price which is of the other good is also constant. Those are the points which we are discussing today. Okay, so when we change these preferences, or when we change the income of the consumer, or when we change the price of the other good, then what is the demand curve, how it has been derived, or is there any change, or whether it is going to be in the same position as it was before when we were just talking about the single commodity wherein the price increases and the quantity decreases, right? We had seen that differences. When the price go up, then the quantity of the purchase of that good or that commodity by the consumer will be less. But if the prices drop, then what happens? The consumer tries to buy those products or those commodities in large quantities. But here, today we are discussing about the income of the consumer. Okay, then the price of the other good or commodity, and lastly, likes and his preferences. So when the income of the consumer changes, then what happens? We have seen those normal goods, inferior goods and all, right? You might be knowing that what are normal goods and what are inferior goods. So when in the case of there is a change in the income of the consumer, then the shift in the demand curve can be seen. So how this shift is being seen in the demand curve? So when the income of the consumer increases, the consumer doesn't prefer to buy the inferior goods. Do you buy goods which is of low cost when your income is high? No, right? So that's the reason the demand curve shifts downwards, or you can say it as leftward. Okay, so towards the original demand curve, the curve has been shifted to its leftward. So this shift has been taken in place of inferior goods. Okay, why? Because when the income of the consumer increases, he will not tend to buy the goods or the commodities which is of low cost. But when the consumer is when he has normal, or when he has increased in the income of his own, then with the normal goods, okay, normal goods are those goods which doesn't affect. But when there is an increase in the income, then the demand curve shift towards the rightward. Okay, so there is a difference between the normal good and the inferior good, right? When there is a low income, or preferred to be having a very less amount which is left with the consumer, then he always look for those commodities which are available for him for a very less price. So that's the reason the demand curve has shifted towards the left side, left of the demand curve. But when we are talking about the normal goods, if your income has increased, then you always look for more number of commodities. That's the reason the shift of the demand curve has been shifted towards the rightward of the existing demand curve. So this is in case when you have change in the consumer income. So consumer income, when it changes, when it decreases, the demand curve also shifts. Okay, when the income increases, there also we can see that the demand curve shifts. Now, in case of the price of the other good. So keeping in mind, we have talked about this, right, in the previous class, about the substitutes and the complements, right? So what are these substitutes? When the price of the other goods increase, we tend to buy other goods to satisfy our utility in the same manner, right? So which are complementary goods? Complementary goods are those goods which go in hand to hand. For example, tea and sugar, right? So when the price of the sugar increases, people tend to have this tea very less, right? Why? Because the price of the sugar has been increased. So that's the reason the purchase of the tea has been decreased. So when the price of the other good, wherein we have seen that these three were the preferences or the assumptions which we had kept in a constant, keeping in mind that the consumer never changes his income or his preferences or likes, right? So this is the second case wherein we see here also the shift in the demand curve. So what happens when the prices of the other goods shifts? So when the substitutions are there, when the price of the other goods shift, then the purchasing of the other goods will be decreasing. You have seen, right, the prices increases, then the quantity of the purchase will be decreased. So in the same manner, then when complements are there, when complementary goods are there, for example, tea and sugar I have taken in the last class, right? So the price of the sugar has increased. That's the reason we are not talking about the tea, right? We are not buying tea in more number. So in this situation, the demand curve shift towards the leftwards. But when we are talking about the substitutions, okay, substitute goods. So when the price of the sugar has increased, so people doesn't have this tea, right? But here we can prefer coffee, right? Why? Because people are not preferring to have tea. That's the reason we can shift our satisfaction or the need to the next case. So in that case, the demand curve will shift towards the right side. So this shift in the demand curve we can see only when there is a price change in the other commodity. Okay, so that's where we will come to see these complementary goods and the substitution or the substitute goods. Next we have something called as the likes and preferences, right? So does consumer just buy on the basis of the price or on just the basis of the price of the other good and all? No. Even we consider his income also, and also we consider here his preferences or the likes. So when there is a shift in this likes or when there is a change in the like, what happens? We can see there is a shift. Okay. For example, ice cream or anything which is helpful for us in the summer season, right? So when there is a summer season, what happens? The consumer tends to consume these ice cream in more number, right? So that's the reason when there is a shift in a demand curve. So that shifts from the original towards the right side, because the demand for that ice cream has been increased in the summer season. But if you see the same product, can we sell or can the consumer consumes in the same manner in the other two other seasons and all? No, right? So that's the reason it actually goes according to the preferences and the likes of the consumer. And you can see there are some cold drinks or some products which are available in the market with the health caution on them written in the back of that product. So in those cases, when we know that these are the products which are harmful for our health, then do we tend to have or do we tend to consume those kind of products in our daily life? No, right? So those are the products which consumed in a very less number. So that's the reason there is a shift in the leftwards of the demand curve. So when there is a cool drink or the cool drinks wherein it has a hazardous caution which is written on that and it is very harmful for our health, then we tend to buy in large, no, right? We avoid to consume those kind of products. So that's the reason the shift in the demand curve comes towards the right, leftwards of the existing demand curve. So these are the three different kinds, what we can say, wherein the demand curve shifts from its leftwards to its rightwards depending on the income of the consumer. Okay, next the price of the other good, where it is increasing or decreasing, and in the third case we can see there is a likes and the preferences of the consumer. So in these three cases also we can see that there is a shift in the demand curve. Okay, next we have something called as movement in the demand curve. Okay, see, movement in the demand curve is different from shift in the demand curve. So whatever we were talking about this leftward and the right, okay, this is called as the shift in the demand curve. Then what is movement of the demand curve? Movement of the demand curve is, we have seen that the relationship between the price and the quantity, right? So when the price increases, the purchase of that quantity decreases. So that's wherein we get to know the movement in the demand. Because here what is happening, we can tend to see here the movement in the demand, whether the price, with the accordance to the price, what is changing, the quantity is changing, right? So as the prices go high, the quantity demanded for that product will be zero, right? But at this point we can see that when the price decreases or when the price falls, we can see that the demand for that product will be zero. So we can see here that the demand curve moves from this point to this point, right? When the price falls, then we increase our quantity. When we have come to this point, then the price again has been decreased, and here we have increased the quantity. And when here the price have been dropped to the next level, then we can see that we have increased the quantity. So this is called as the movement in the demand curve. So shift in the demand curve and the movement in the demand curve has its own meaning. So don't confuse with that. So that's all for today's class. So we have seen that the shift in the demand curve happens also in the other three cases wherein we have not discussed in the last class. We were discussing about the demand function, demand curve, right? So keeping in mind that the consumer's income, the preferences and the price of the other goods were constant. But in the shift in the demand curve, even these points, when we consider the consumer's income changes, or when we consider the prices and the preferences change, or when we consider the price of the other goods also change, then there is a shift in the demand curve. So that shift of the demand curve, we have defined it as the leftward shift in the demand curve and the rightward shift in the demand curve. So according to the shift in the demand curve, there are two types of goods also, wherein we have seen the normal goods and the inferior goods, and also we have seen the substitute goods and the complementary goods, right? So these all are the differences when we change each cases in the demand curve. So I hope you all understood what we have discussed in the today's class. So in the next class we will be discussing more on the market demand and the elastic of demand. See you all in the next class.